the chosen one. God's timing for you this Friday. Start listening early. God's timing is never late, hasty, or haphazard. It is always purposeful and planned. And on Friday, something remarkable is coming together just for you. You may not see the whole picture yet, but you are standing on the verge of something huge. What is ahead of you has been planned in the celestial regions long before your worldly struggle started. This is no coincidence. This is a divine appointment. Each season of your life has prepared you for this time. The nights you sobbed, the days you refused to give up, the circumstances that almost destroyed you. All of them were involved in a spiritual process. While it may have seemed that you were being delayed or refused, you were really being protected. You were being reinforced, tested, and positioned. And now Friday arrives not as just another day, but as a gateway, a critical time, a holy checkpoint. What seemed concealed is going to be unveiled. What was previously stagnant is going to be roused into action. Before we dig deeper, I would want you to stop for a minute and claim this. Watch the video till the finish. Write your best wishes in the comment section with 777. You aren't simply writing. You are fueling the cosmos. You are entering into an arrangement with heaven that states, I believe, I expect, I get. Allow your energies to speak fearlessly. Allow your written words to emerge. The start of your miracle. Now choose one. I like this video. Subscribe. If you haven't already, please subscribe and let's get started. This Friday is more than simply a turning point. It's a starting point. You're going to understand why everything took the time it did. Timing was not about the delay. It was about divine design. Some doors would not open sooner because the room was not ready. Some individuals left your life because they couldn't go with you to the next level. Some resources were withheld so that when they arrived, they would not be compromised by corruption. God was ensuring that the parts fit flawlessly. Here's the glorious truth. Even when you didn't feel prepared, heaven was counting down. Each breath you took was counted. Each quiet prayer you murmured was recorded. And every war you believed you fought alone. God was in the middle of it, orchestrating a result that exceeds your expectations. You're not forgotten. You are not neglected. You are precisely where you need to be, right in time for what happens this Friday. There is a heavenly release before a communication. Emotion, a moment of clarity. It will seem unreal. People around you may not comprehend why you suddenly seem at ease or why chances seem to flow freely toward you. But you'll know. You'll notice the rhythm of heaven moving on your behalf. A surprise phone call, an open door, an unexpected approval or breakthrough. It will not be random. It will be a prophetic indication that God's clock has struck your name. You've already been through what others would have crumpled beneath. You have stood when you were expected to break. As a result, this moment is uniquely yours. Your name carries with it greatness. There is good fortune in your future. But more crucially, there is agreement. The type of alignment that only occurs when God speaks. Now, the time on Friday will be magnetic. It will bring what belongs to you closer. It will repel whatever has been emptying you. And it will reactivate what has been dormant. You have been asking inquiries. You've been waiting for clarification. And now the answers are arriving. Not in whispers, but in obvious waves of motion. There will be indications, signals, and confirmations, all of which will resound. This is your time. Some may claim you transformed overnight, but you will know the reality. This didn't happen overnight. It was over. Trials are finished. Tears are over. Prayers trump obedience. This was you trusting in a plan that you couldn't always see, but never gave up on. And now that belief is set to meet with reality. You're going to enter rooms that were previously just a fantasy. You are going to have in your hands what was formerly just there in your soul. God does not offer hollow promises. If He says it's coming, it is. If He claimed He was not done with you, He is not. This Friday will start a chain reaction. A new reality is emerging, one in which your abilities will create place for you, divine connections will elevate you, and provision will come not by force, but by favor. You will not have to pursue what is yours. It will find you because you are now aligned. This time, you're totally supported by heavenly teaching. You have been experiencing it. The restlessness, the feeling that something is going to change. That is not anxiousness. That is anticipation. Your soul already understands what your eyes have yet to see. Your name is ringing across the spiritual realm. The winds of change are whirling, and heaven is prepared to deliver. Not only a gift, but one that transforms your life. You're not waiting for a response anymore. The response is already in action. Every action you take right now is prophetic. Every decision you make this week is important. So walk with expectations. Speak with authority. Think about triumph. Because God's timing does not just benefit you. It promotes you. It raises you. It sets you distinct. And when this Friday comes, something in you will change. You'll feel it in your soul. Profound knowledge. A peaceful assurance. Not because everything looks different yet, but because you finally entered the time that was always meant for you. It won't be noisy. It won't be chaotic. It'll be amazing, gentle, powerful, and precise. Get ready. Heaven already exists. There's a reason your spirit has been aroused in recent days. A reason why activities you used to like no longer seem rewarding. There's a reason you've been drawn to stillness, introspection, and spiritual expectation. It's because your spirit is prepared to fulfill what has always been promised to you. This Friday is more than simply an event on the calendar. It is a heavenly announcement. A time when something spiritual manifests itself in your physical existence. The chosen one. It is not about luck. It is about being picked. You've been set aside, not for conflict, but for glory. You carried a subtle weight that others could not notice. And God saw every step, quiet war, and secret sacrifice. Every time you choose integrity over opportunity. Every time you remain true to the call, even if it meant giving up comfort. And now everything is being recorded in heaven's ledger. Friday is the payment day. Understand that divine timing does not merely appear. It talks. It verifies. It takes position. When it does come, it brings with it a sense of acceleration. That suggests you aren't merely about to relocate. You are about to jump. You're not simply moving ahead. You are about to ascend. And this ascent is no longer optional. Heaven has already announced it. It is occurring whether you are totally prepared or not. You may be wondering how a blessing fits into your current circumstances. However, God's timetable remains a mystery. It is never contingent on your circumstances. It is just your calling, and your calling has already outpaced your perplexity. The shift on Friday will not need your entire comprehension. It will demand your whole faith. Trust that what is happening is the result of heavenly intent rather than human hands. You'll notice subtle things like individuals aligning themselves and coming out to you after a long time. Opportunities that correspond to your aspirations are emerging. Resources are being unlocked where they were previously unavailable. And you will wonder why now. But the solution will become evident. Because you're most aligned right now. Your obedience has evolved to the point of preparedness. Now is the time to purify your spirit so that it can bear the weight of greatness. The chosen one. Prepare to be raised without apologies. This Friday is not requesting permission. It's coming with a mission. What took others months or years to accomplish, you'll do with miraculous ease. Not because you are superior, but because you were willing. Ready to be polished, ready to travel alone, and steadfast in a season that made no sense. And suddenly everything will make sense. This week will serve as a bridge between your previous life and the one you were meant to live. Something in the air will feel different. A change in frequency. An imperceptible yet irrefutable sense that paradise is approaching. You will not have to yell to obtain it. You only need to be present, alert, and expecting. Because selected ones do not seek benefits. They attract them. Get accustomed to seeing favor where there was previously opposition. Get accustomed to seeing yes when there are no answers. Get accustomed to getting files and instructions. Blueprints straight from the heavenly. Because this is more than simply a moment of blessing. It's the start of your extraordinary clarity. You'll start comprehending your next moves with confidence rather than bewilderment. Your way will not just open, it will shine on Friday. Timing will work in your advantage. Conversations will flow. Delays will be removed. Walls will tumble. This is the force of Kairos, or God's chosen moment, when everything clicks into place. And you'll feel it when you go in at the specified time. Your soul will attest that something greater than human reasoning is at work. There will be heavenly fingerprints on everything. You'll recognize them and realize you're not wandering alone. Some individuals may not grasp what is happening to you. They'll observe your light increase and believe it appeared overnight. Make it seem as if it happened unexpectedly. Let them ponder. But you'll notice that this light was made amid darkness. This elevation was created in surrender. You have waited long enough. It's time for the promise to speak. Prepare for amazing introductions, the sort where your name appears in rooms you've never visited. Your attendance is required without promotion, where individuals are prompted to assist you. So into you. I am here to support you, not because you ask, but because heaven roused them. You will not have to work for what God has given you. What's yours is magnetic now. Every setback is going to make sense. You are not being refused. You were redirected. Friday represents the beginning of comprehension and visibility. What remained concealed in your life? Your calling is your anointing. Your favor will start to shine without reason. You are not walking into a moment. You're embracing your true self. And once identification is triggered, it cannot be reversed. Maintain sensitivity to the signals. God communicates via repetition, restlessness, and intuition. Trust your feelings, even if you can't describe them. Do not doubt your judgment. You've been prepped for this. Your soul already understands what your intellect is catching up on. That is why there is serenity despite the uncertainties, because your inner self is already familiar with your home. This Friday, your body will feel aligned. You will notice it in your surroundings. You will recognize it without knowing how. And it is the hallmark of divine timing. When something within you rises strong, even before the physical world reacts, you'll know. The wait is ended. There is a quiet that precedes heavenly activity, not because nothing is occurring, but because everything is being arranged. That is what this moment means for you. The chosen one. It is the holy pause before the strong drive. God isn't late. He is exact. The time you spent in doubt was not wasted. It was an incubator. And what was built in quiet is now ready to be exposed in vigor. Do not be shocked if you get a sudden rush of energy. Spiritual, emotional, and bodily. This is not exaggeration. It's the environment moving in your life to create room for what's going to enter. You've been surrounded by unseen barriers for too long. But that opposition is destroying the ropes that were holding your advancement back, snapping in the spirit and everything. Every breakthrough opportunity, every door is set for this Friday. This is not only about acquiring things. It is about becoming someone. This season asks you to be bold, clear, aligned, and anointed. This version of you does not doubt your value. You no longer bargain with fear. You do not apologize for your favor. Because when God's timing aligns with your life, it enhances your identity. You start walking like someone who knows they're protected by heaven. God will move via both rapid and quiet transitions. You may get strong, clear signals, or you may sense a delicate tug, a whisper in your heart that says, "Go now." Call them. Say yes. Do not disregard these nudges. They are not random. They are part of the divine dance of your fate. The dance is started. Heaven has already taken the initiative. This Friday won't be about striving harder. It will be about trusting more deeply. This is spiritual harmony, not a scam. You don't have to earn what's coming. You only need to be open enough to accept it. Maintain a surrendering state rather than one of tension. Maintain an attitude of availability rather than anxiety. Allow yourself to be directed by tranquility. Do not panic, because what's happening is beyond your control. It is part of your homework. There will be times when your body wants to overanalyze, and your brain attempts to make sense of timing. It feels too sweet to be real. Let it go. You are not required to calculate God's methods. You are called to follow them. He's turning your crooked route straight. He is transforming your grieving into gladness. He is replacing your drought with an outpouring, not because you earned it, but because you persevered. Watch how your intuition improves this week. Watch how your clarity improves. Conversations that were previously hazy will now make sense. People you were unsure about will suddenly unveil themselves, for better or worse. And it's all about the timing. This Friday will bring exposure, not humiliation, but just to set you free, to protect you, to get rid of everything that shouldn't be kept. You will find yourself saying no to things you previously tolerated, saying yes to things you were previously hesitant to claim. You'll change without even attempting, since your spirit is taking the lead. That is the power of alignment. It brings more than simply benefits into your life. It encourages you to make bold decisions. You begin to live from a deeper understanding that declares, "This is mine. I was born to do this." And what is coming to you right now will not be fleeting. This is not a test. This is the genuine deal. Favorable long-term outcomes, lasting tranquility, genuine relationships, and clear direction. These are not moments. These are the foundations. God isn't only providing you reasons to rejoice. He's providing you something to build upon. He is preparing you for long-term growth. Be prepared for invites. Divine invites. You will be summoned into positions you did not apply for. You will be invited to speak where you previously sat quietly. You will be welcomed to participate where you previously felt invisible. That is not random. That's a prize. That is divine justice entering your narrative. The tables have shifted, and you are no longer observing from the sidelines. This Friday, you will enter visible city. You'll feel noticed by the appropriate people and appreciated for the correct reasons. And it will not be due to your performance. It will be because you persisted. You remained standing when the storm hit. You continued to move despite the fact that everything shouted halt. And now Favre has discovered you. A unique blessing is being delivered in your name. It has been safeguarded, preserved, and concealed until the moment was perfect. That's why it didn't arrive sooner, since it was protected against sabotage. And now that you're spiritually prepared, emotionally anchored, and energetically linked, the delivery is on its way. Prepare for non-approvalable rise, the sort that can speak for itself. The sort when God intervenes and changes everything in your favor, not because He can, but because He promised. Heaven does not lie. You will not miss this opportunity. You won't be passed over. You won't be forgotten. This Friday confirms that God has been working behind the scenes while you have been waiting and wondering. Each delay has been wonderful. Every quiet has been sacrosanct. Every second was part of the plan. This is your kairos, or allotted moment, not for a blessing, but for divine memory. Heaven remembers you. What you asked for in private is being prepared in public. The rooms you want to access are now open without opposition. This is not only a breakthrough. This is satisfaction. This is prophesied coming true, and all you have to do is say yes. A Friday marked by God's hand has a certain hallowed quality. It is not just the end of a week. It marks the start of a transition. You may have spent your days feeling as if you were just clinging on, struggling to make it. However, something will change this Friday. You will not be able to survive any longer. You will be flying. You will not be carrying the past with you. You'll be confidently going into a future that finally seems like it was made for you, chosen one. Your period of wandering is ended. The season of uncertainty is drawing to a close. The shroud of misunderstanding is lifting. Not because everything around you transforms overnight, but because everything inside you is in sync. You'll feel something click in your soul. That holy inner serenity, the unshakable knowledge, the spiritual voice that whispers, "This is it. This is what we've been waiting for."